Hello, and welcome to another episode of Josh and Kelly. We are in Wall, South Dakota, at the Wall Drugstore. Now, the Wall Drugstore has a very interesting history. It started selling 5-cent coffees and ice water, free ice water, to weary travelers who were going to the then still under construction Mount Rushmore. And it kind of blossomed and grew, and then started serving food, and now it's a place where you can go and easily spend a day or more with, shopping for clothes and knickknacks and, all kinds of things. It is really a destination all on its own now, and they have a nice restaurant, and Kelly and I, of course, had to sample the wares there, and we did, and got some ice cream to go. But the actual venue is so big now, it takes up the whole city block in town, and they have everything you could possibly imagine in there to see and do. And yes, you could quite easily get very fat eating there, because they have some amazing foods and candy and chocolate as well. But we spent a little bit of time there and had some dinner, but we had to move on, so we couldn't last long.
So I have a couple updates for you.
We are in Ohio. I know the last thing we were really showing you was Wall Drugs in South Dakota, which was actually only like a day and a half ago.
Yeah, we've been hoofing it through the United States on a desperate rush to get back home for a variety of reasons.
So we were at Wall Drug, had dinner there, and we stayed not far away, and then we have been for the last day, I guess, driving almost non-stop. We put in
14 hours.
We started at 8 yesterday morning. We drove to after midnight last night. A long day. And then this morning, we got like 4 hours sleep. Went to bed around 1. Got up at 5 to get moving again early. And then we had a little bit of trouble. We couldn't get the top down. And I didn't
Of the
camper, and I didn't know if it was a hydraulic issue or if it was a different issue. And so what we did was a lot of calling around. Finally, after 4 or 5 different phone calls, one guy answered. I mean, this is now, it's Sunday morning. I mean, this was like 6 o'clock.
5 a.m.
6 o'clock Sunday morning. I'm calling around to these places that are supposed to be open 24 hours. One guy answered. He had nobody that worked for him anymore. His business sounded like it was starting to transition into more of a consulting business as opposed to a hands-on. And anyways, he finally gave me a little bit of advice on problem solving, because I'm really very, very inexperienced at hydraulics. And so he gave me a little bit of problem solving, and we found it. The track that holds the camper or gets it to go up and down. So there's a track that allows it to go up and down smoothly. The hydraulics do the lifting of the weight, but the tracks keep it going straight up and down. And one of the tracks, there was a little bit of a screw sticking out, and it was stopping it from going down. Now, given the weight that was on, I was surprised that the screw didn't just shear off. It wasn't a big screw. It was stopping the whole works. And thankfully, I was able to find that.
We got up super early, because we have at least 12 hours to get home today, and it delayed us 2 hours, and we were at a truck stop, so we could have stayed there, but we could not move. We were literally stranded. It was the craziest feeling, and we just got these hydraulics redone, as you know, so we couldn't imagine or fathom what could possibly, early morning on a Sunday.
Yeah.
He was talking to people at the truck stop, people across the street, calling people. So when he saw the screw out and turned it in and it went down, oh my gosh, what a relief. So we got on the road. What a relief. We're so happy and thankful. Sure. We got on the road again. Yeah. And
we're making the beeline. Now, I've realized that in all of this, we haven't given you the full picture on why we're making this beeline, because we are making a beeline back. And the reason we're doing that is that there's an aspect of things that aren't working. The last time we got an oil change, I can't even remember where we were. Maybe in Utah? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Actually, I think it was Washington. It was after our big trip. Anyway, doesn't matter. Last time I got the oil change, they said to us, "Oh, you've got a faulty battery." And I said, "Okay, which one?" And they were like, "I don't know, because we got two under the hood. We have the main start battery, and then we have what's called a house battery or auxiliary battery. And our charge, we use the auxiliary battery to charge our main house battery in the back. And our main house battery in the back keeps tripping. The main breaker going in trips. So before it gets to anything else, it trips. So I think the battery's causing that issue. So we're making a beeline back. We're going to go back to the dealership. They're going to replace the battery. It should be under warranty because the truck's less than a year old. We're going to try and get that and see if that will actually stop this fluctuation of power. Because I've been testing it with the voltmeter and stuff, and the power's all over the place.
We can't fully charge our house battery because of it. So
yeah, actually we couldn't charge it at all because of that. I'm using our emergency backup power charger. So it plugs into AC power to charge the DC. And what happens is I've got that running from the truck while we're driving, but it's only 20 amps, so it's a really slow charger. Like we drove all day yesterday, as you heard, from 8 a.m. till after midnight. And I think it put in like 30% of the battery capacity.
And he has it running, so it's like in my door, charging into the front outlet of the cab of the truck, and we can't let that fully deplete if we don't, because if it goes too low, then it's going to cause.
That's running
issue.
Everything in the back. Yeah.
It's like a month early. Like I had to get back for some other issues and appointments, and then work stuff, and so but we're just trying to get there as soon as possible so we can get the battery issue resolved, and then obviously.
Yep. So we've moved plans up and speeded them up. We were planning on a nice slow trip back, maximum 2 hours a day. No. We're driving like 12, 14 hours a day to get back. So that's the mad rush. So that's why there was a mad rush. And we've only got another, supposedly, 8 hours to go.
I fell.
Yeah, Kelly's been having fun.
Look, I banged up my leg.
So her knee's banged up.
My arm.
Her wrist.
My finger. It's like cut the nail, broke the nail off. It's all bruised. My whole palm is swollen. She's had
almost no use.
My hand was like twice the size. It's going down now. This one I could hardly use, but it's getting a little bit. I don't think it's broken, but I'm not even gonna do anything till I get home since I'll be in the state of my insurance. So anyway, yeah. And then I have this magnetic mirror that sits inside my other mirror, and
girly stuff.
Dropped that, broke it into 1,000 pieces, and then I dropped my earbuds, the case, and it came apart. And I lost it and just got this case stolen not that long ago, so I just replaced the case. But I got it all pushed in together, although there's a huge crack on it. But it charges. It's a little, beat up, not so precious anymore. But yeah, it's just been one thing after another.
We've had some adventures. But we're almost back to Delaware, and then we can start to sort of a lot of things out. So yeah. We can get back on the road. Well, we have made it back. We are
the mad dash back.
We are in Delaware, and I managed to get the truck in on a very quick service, and so I've already done that. And they've tested the batteries, and they say that it's not the batteries. So we are kind of back at square one, but not exactly. There's still a possibility that it's the alternators, things that are pushing the power down. But they didn't have any techs this week to check that because they were on holiday. So I've got to take it back again next week and see if we can actually figure out what is causing the issue. Why is it pushing so much current down the line that it's tripping my breaker? So anyway, that's on the agenda for next week, so stay tuned, and we'll get into that next week, as well as some other repairs and upgrades that we're going to be doing. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you out there.
See you out there. Bye.